Thanks for joining me on this beautiful Sunday morning. So let's get right into the update of the container garden. Right here was the bunching onions and cilantro that I planted, I want to say a week ago. Uh, they're coming up good. Everything looks fine there. Over here are the dwarf teddy bear sunflowers that I transplanted from in the house. These I started in the Aerogarden and then I transplanted them out here, and I swear they're growing like an inch a day now. It's awesome. Over here is a really compact purple lady bok choy, and next to it is one also. I planted some lettuce seeds in here. They were old ones, but none of them germinated. So I'm going to pull the last of these radishes out. I saved them so I could get the last of these seeds. Put these down here. I saved them so I could get the last of those seeds, but I'm going to go ahead and pull these today. So this is the last day you'll see half dead radish greens on my plants. Here is my stackable herb planter, and I got some stuff coming in. Right there is some lemon basil. Over there, I believe, is more lemon basil. Here I have coming up more lemon basil. That's a new nasturtium. Cilantro not looking good, but I started a whole nother bucket over there, as you guys saw before. Parsley looks really nice. I'm going to be harvesting some of this today. I picked up an heirloom tomato, and I'm going to be making some pico de gallo, and so I'll be using this and my thyme, which is back here. Let's see, we got cilantro coming in here, and nothing coming in on this one. There's another nasturtium, and this is the thyme that I'll be harvesting. Here is my grill planter. The seeds that I was trying to save from the red giant mustards are looking good. They're drying up really well. Excuse me. And the geranium, currently not really flowering, just that one. But let's see. Still smells amazing. The coleuses that I have in this planter are looking a little spent. So I might be pulling that out here soon. I'm going to take some more cuttings from this geranium and try to keep it going over the winter. Right here I have a basil plant, a zinnia, which is a beautiful flower on it right now, and the Oregon spring tomato that I transplanted out here from the Aerogarden. It is flowering, and I wouldn't normally let that happen because the plant's kind of small, but I'm trying to get anything out of it before the cold weather hits. So I'm going to let it do its thing. my sunflowers. As you can see, one got topped, it got broken off. It fell over in the wind during a storm, and that tallest one got broken. So that was a bummer. This guy's trying to hang on. The pollinators love these. That makes me really happy. And then there was one other bloom over there. I'm considering cutting that one off and taking it in the house. Just because I didn't take any of them. Next year, I'm definitely going to plant more sunflowers and do the same thing that I did this year, because obviously I had some success. Right here, I have a dragon tongue bush beans. This is 4 plants and they are flowering, so that means that I'll be getting some beans pretty soon here. I planted a bunch of these throughout the house and outdoors because it's my understanding that since they're a bush variety, they're just going to flower or produce for me one good time, mostly. So you want to succession plant them. So I'm going to give it a try. I spotted these little tiny bugs on them. I've been squishing them. I have no idea what they are. But I'm excited for these beans. And I've never been excited for beans in my life. Right here is one of my crazy berry cherry tomatoes. I harvested a lot from this bad boy this week. And it's still going strong. Look at these clusters, y'all. And that's why people love these plants. The production is off the charts. I cleaned this plant pretty good this weekend and harvested everything on it. It looks really good. Got a few yellow branches in the back there that I might need to that I'm gonna go ahead and cut off. But aside from that, I got myself a really healthy looking plant, right? I think so. And it's sprawling out over my bench here. I'm gonna let it. Oh. Well, no, it's in the way of my umbrella, so I'm gonna have to tie that up. But yeah, great, doing great. This is a yellow, well, this here is basil. But in this pot also is a yellow pear tomato plant. And this thing has been through the ringer. It's looking good for what it's been through. I have let this thing dry out, I would say, at least 3 times. Accidentally, of course. And it's bounced back. Its poor little leaves are showing the signs of being stressed out, because most recently was yesterday. But it rained, thank goodness. I did come out and water a little bit, but I couldn't see. I almost fell, and then I just said, forget it. If I end up losing the plant, fine. But I'm not about to break my neck out here in the dark. So, but it's coming back. It's producing. It hasn't given me any actual edible tomatoes yet. Everything's still green. But it's hanging in there. This bad boy is a trooper, I'm telling you. In this planter over here, I had, let's wait. Okay. In this planter over here, I had planted, this did have the potatoes in it, and I pulled those out, remember, because they died back. They got sick from something. I don't know what. Okay, hold on. So in this I think this is a heirloom cherry tomato, the Aerogarden version. I definitely started this in the Aerogarden. I don't remember what variety it is, but it's sprawled out since moving it out here. It was a lot more compact before, and now look at it. And getting some fruit setting on it. Also in this planter I have some Chinese multicolored spinach, aka amaranth. I have a mustard down here that hasn't really taken off yet. I hope it does. And then I planted 3 more dragon tongue beans right here. Again, like I said, with the succession planting. This Coley's plant is starting to get a little weathered too. It's been beautiful this whole season. It's been a wonderful addition, but it's looking a little tired as well. It looks like this plant's getting tired, but I'm gonna hang on to it. And then here's another one of my petunias hanging in there. This was a mustard that I planted in here. I transplanted it, and it looks like it's finally starting to get established. It didn't have all this foliage on it, so that's good. It likes the container it's in. Here we got those bunching onions that I still haven't harvested. That has to happen today. Look at the roly-polies. And some more parsley over here. I'm thinking I want to move that planter from back there, but I don't know where I'm going to move it to. Right here I have a pepper plant. I believe this is a quadrata pepper. I'm not sure. We'll see once the peppers get larger. But it took a little while to get started, and now it's coming on like gangbusters, you guys. Got a pepper growing there. One coming in right there. Excuse me. Flowers. There's another one coming in. Hi, little baby. And there's one coming in there. And another one down here. Over there. In there. So yeah, this plant, and then, oh, I didn't even see this. There's just some little ones coming in here, but look how did I miss these? Forest through the trees, huh? Another cluster right there. So I'm very pleased with this plant. Over here is my cucumber plant. It does not look good, and I was gonna pull it last week. But it put out, I got 4 more cucumbers off of it. And then, so I was like, okay, then I'm going to, this Sunday, today, I'm going to remove it. And then, don't you know, I look, because look at this thing. It's pretty, it's having a rough go at it. But we got a cucumber back there. It keeps producing, even though it looks terrible. Oh, there's another one, and that one might be ready to pick. And there's one growing in there. there's two of them. The small one up here on the left, and then the larger one back there. So yeah, this plant apparently isn't done. It's not ready to be done, although again, look at it. It is not looking too healthy. But I don't know. Maybe that's how cucumbers go. You know what? I should watch some videos. I don't know why I didn't do that to begin with. Huh. Anyways, so I'm still hanging on to this guy for the time being. I'm gonna keep getting all those green apple cucumbers because I just absolutely love those. They are so good, so good. Definitely growing these again. Easily my favorite cucumber. Over here I have another coleus going on. If you recall, this one got snapped, broken into a couple pieces, and then I just shoved them back. Oh no, you don't. Look at the cucumbers crawling onto this. Get back in your lane, buddy. Anyways, it's hanging in there. It's pretty. I love the pink and green. Right here I got my other pepper planter. This is the larger one, the 17-gallon one that has 4 pepper plants in it, plus 2 basil plants and 1 zinnia plant. I'm gonna be cutting those fresh flowers today, taking them in the house. Yay! Something was climbing on the fence, I'm guessing, and broke this guy. So that stinks. And I don't see anything happening with that after that. There's not a lot of foliage left on the plant that was beyond that. So that stinks. But I do have some small peppers coming in, changing colors. These are the quadratas. Right there. And another one here. And then over here, this is another quadrata pepper plant. I got something coming in on that. This pepper plant back here has some flowers on it, but no actual fruit yet. So I'm still keeping hope alive for that. The basil is doing good. And these zinnias, again, they're gorgeous. And I'm going to be cutting those flowers today. Alright, in the back here we have, in the corner, 2 yellow pear tomato plants. And getting some yellow leafing going on in there. Gonna have to do something about that. Plants have been producing really well, so they're staying in. I'm not having any issues there. I'm just gonna clean up these yellow leaves back here. That's all I'm gonna do for that. And same with the other plant in there, which doesn't have as many yellow leaves, so. But they're both still producing very well, and that is a good tomato. Very productive plant. Next to it is another purple lady bok choy that I have clearly been eating quite a bit off of. But I like it. And we're coming into summer. Bok choy is great for throwing into soups. It's great for that. So I should be I'm starting some more here pretty soon. In the next container here, I have one this is a Berry's Crazy Tomato Cherry over here. And then this was the beefsteak right there. The Crazy Berry's Crazy is just as crazy as the other one. I got some leaves on this one, some branches to clean up, but other than that, this plant's doing well. Now, this beefsteak, it looks good. I have another, this is only my second tomato coming from this one. It's blushing, so yay. But look at this. The blossom end rot is back. once that second tomato is done, once I pull that, I think I'm just going to pull this plant. Because it took me a good 3 weeks to get it back the last time. And by the time 3 weeks is up, I think I could have just, you know, planted something else in here and been happier with that. So in the next video, this plant might not be there. And in this planter is another beefsteak tomato plant. It is being climbed all over by the cucumber, but it's still producing. And I've probably harvested half a dozen fruits from this plant. Really nice ones too. All very uniform, brown, very tasty. Really pleased with this plant. Good news, you guys. The painter finally got done painting this little section of the house, so I can start putting my patio back together. Oh, here, what was that? Yesterday I went and picked up some soil. And then I think I got a bag of compost down there too. So 4 bags of soil and a bag of compost for the fall plantings coming up. Right here is a Hungarian sweet pepper that I started in the house in the Aerogarden, and I moved it to this container, and it seems to be hanging on. It's not giving me any fruit yet, but it did start flowering. I thought I saw, or no, that was just wishful thinking. So say a little prayer for that guy. Next to it is a Tom Thumb pea. I got one lowly flower, so I'm gonna get one lowly pea from that. Over here is another Chinese multicolored spinach. I'll be harvesting some of this today because I have some radish greens that I'm gonna be eating, and I'm gonna add this to it and make a nice little salad for lunch here in a little bit. And then these are the 3 orange hat tomatoes that I transplanted from another container, and they're still producing, but they do not look good, and I definitely lost that one. So, boo. But when these are done, this is where I'm going to be planting some more of that purple lady bok choy for the fall and winter. And that's that. I got my 2 hanging baskets. The latanas are doing good. So here's how the garden looks before I do all of my maintenance. I'm trimming, sprucing up. I just watered everything with some fish emulsion, and I do blood meal about every 2.5 weeks. I know it says on the package to do it once a month, but I figured since I have containers that it gets washed out much faster than it does if you did it in soil. So I don't know, but it doesn't seem to be hurting anything. My plants look good, so I'm doing something right. So, but this is before, and when we come back, we'll take a look at my glorious patio that I'm gonna get to sit outside on and enjoy for the rest of the day, especially while I'm grilling some beautiful steaks using compound butter made with the herbs from this fantastic garden. All right, y'all, I'll be back. And here we are after. I did cut down one of the sunflowers. I'm taking it in the house. I put it in a flower arrangement that I put together with some basil and zinnias. I just harvested thyme and some parsley because I'm going to be making a compound butter in a little bit here as soon as I finish this up. See my door sunflowers. I pulled those radishes. There's nothing in there now but those 2 purple ladybug choys. My latanos are looking good. Everything's all cleaned up. I pulled that 3rd orange hat from there. It was dead. There was nothing that's going to happen with that. Harvest. Got some amaranth, some basil leaves, some radish pods, some yellow pear tomatoes, thyme, parsley. So here's the flower arrangement I did.